Hello friends and my dear students, I welcome you all to my channel. I hope you are all well and your studies are also going on well. So this is set 1 of 10 good problems on the chapter of profit and loss which I have recently completed in the other playlist CBSE Maths 8 RS Agarwal. If you have not watched all the theoretical videos and the problem solving in the other playlist CBSE Maths 8 RS Agarwal of the chapter profit and loss, then I strongly request and suggest that you please watch those videos also to have a good understanding of the chapter concepts. So this video is part of the playlist Maths 8 Hot HOT. HOT stands for High Order Thinking, where I come up with 10 good problems which are relatively harder than the problems that we solve from the textbook of author R.S. Agarwal. If you are new to my channel or not yet subscribed, and if you are watching my videos regularly, and if my videos are beneficial to you, then I strongly suggest and request that you please support me by subscribing to my channel, and also please do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. So let's get started in solving a 10 good problems of set 1 on the chapter of profit and loss. Okay, so I have the problems on the left hand side. I hope the fonts are big enough so that you can read the problems clearly. And on the right hand side, I will solve the problems. After solving a problem, I will pause for a few seconds so that you can take a screenshot of the solution if you think it will help you. So as always, try to solve the problems yourself first. Ideally, you should be able to solve these 10 problems in 30 to 40 minutes. That is roughly taking 3 to 4 minutes to solve uh, each question. Okay, so let's get started in solving the problem. Problem number 1 says if the selling price of an article is 1 and 2 24 and 25th 24 by 25th times the cost price, then by what then by it should be by what percent is SP more or less than CP. Okay, so this is basically a very simple question based on the fraction and based on fraction. So what is SP? It is given that the selling price of the article is equal to 1 and 24 by 25 times the SP, means multiplied by CP. This is given, and you know that 1 and 24 by 25 this value is greater than 1 because this is the mixed fraction, and its value when written in the expanded form is 1 plus 24 by 25, and this is definitely greater than 1. So we can always say we can clearly see that SP is greater than CP. That is, the selling price is greater than cost price. Okay. Now, by how much we have to find? We have to find by what percent is SP more or less than CP. Now, we clearly understand that SP is greater than CP. Now, let's see by how much SP is greater than CP. So, we can say now when it is asking by what percent SP is more or less than CP, that percent has to be based on CP. That is, it is asking what is the what percentage is the difference of SP and CP of the CP. So we can say that SP is more than CP by we know that by how much we have to find the difference of SP and CP in terms of CP. So we know that SP is equal to now this mixed fraction can be let's convert the mixed fraction 1 and 24 by 25 into an improper fraction. So it becomes 49 by 25 multiplied by CP. So SP is equal to 49 by 25 multiplied by CP. Now we are calculating the difference between SP and CP in terms of CP. So we can say SP is more than CP by it will be SP obviously SP minus CP, which is equal to SP in terms of CP is 49 by 25 multiplied by CP minus CP. This is equal to, if you take CP common, we have 49 by 25 minus 1. This is equal to CP multiplied by 49 minus 25 divided by 25, and this is equal to 24 by 25 multiplied by CP. So this is the difference, that is this is the value by which the SP is greater than CP. So now we have to find what percentage is. Now the question is, what percentage is 24 by 25 CP of CP? The question has asked by what percent is SP more or less than CP. That is, if SP is more, then what is the percentage of SP minus CP based on CP? So the difference between SP and CP is 24 by 25 multiplied by CP. Now we have to find what percentage is 24 by 25 CP of CP. This is equal to 24 by 25 CP divided by CP multiplied by 100. So this is a basic concept of percentage. This much percentage. This is equal to CP will cancel out, and we will have 24 multiplied by 100 divided by 25, this much percentage, which is equal to 96 percentage more. So the answer is 96 percentage more, because we clearly have understood that SP is greater than CP, and SP is greater than CP by 24 by 25 into CP, and 24 by 25 CP is 96 percentage of CP. Hence, the answer is 96% more. Therefore, the correct choice is choice C. Let's do problem number 2. Latika bought a teapot for rupees 120 and a set of cups for rupees 400. Okay. She sold teapot at a profit of 5% and the cups at a loss of 5%. The amount received by her is, okay. So it is asking that, it is basically asking the sum of the selling price of the teapot and the set of cups, because the amount received is nothing but the amount at which Latika sold the teapot and the set of cups. So we have to find the selling price of the teapot and the selling price of the set of cups based on the given loss percent or profit percent, and the cost price. The cost price of the teapot and the set of cups is given. So we have for teapot, let's calculate individually. For teapot, cost price is rupees 120. It is given that Latika bought a teapot for rupees 120, and okay, and for cups, the cost price is given to be rupees 400. Okay. Now for the teapot, she sold teapot at a profit of 5%. So for teapot, we have profit percent is equal to 5%, and for the set of cups, she sold the set of cups for loss percent is 5%. Now we have to find what amount Latika received, that is the sum of the selling price of these two items. Okay. Now for the teapot, we know the cost price, and if there is a profit percent, we can say that the selling price will be equal to 5% more 5% more than cost price. 5% more means 100 plus 5% of CP, and CP is given to be 120. This is equal to 105% of rupees 120. This is equal to 105 divided by 100 multiplied by rupees 120. How much is this? 0 0 cancels out. 2 5 2 6 and 5 21. So this is equal to rupees 126. The selling price for the teapot is rupees 126. Let's calculate the selling price for the cups. So we have a loss of 5%. So we have selling price is equal to 5% less than CP. This is equal to 5% less means 100 minus 5% of CP is rupees 400. This is equal to 95% of rupees 400. This is equal to 95 divided by 100 multiplied by 400. 100 divides 400 with 4. So this is equal to rupees 20 380. So therefore, this implies total SP is equal to rupees 216 plus rupees 380, which is equal to rupees 596. So this is the amount that Latika received. So rupees 596, and we do not see 596 as a choice. So there must be some calculation mistake. Let me check. 216. Oh, sorry, this was not 216 but 126. This is 126, and so the sum is 6 and then 10 and then 506. 506 is the total amount that Latika received, and hence the correct choice is C. C is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 3. An Almira is sold at 160% of CP and overhead expenses is 5% of CP. If the profit made is rupees 1650, then selling price is. Okay. Then selling price is, if the profit made is rupees 1650. Okay, so let's start. Since everything is given in terms of CP, let's assume the CP to be some unknown variable. Let CP be rupees X. Now it is given that an Almira is sold at 160% of CP. So this implies the selling price is equal to 160% of rupees X. This is equal to rupees 160% means 160 divided by 100 multiplied by X. This, after simplification, becomes 8x by 5. 8x by 5, where we have assumed X to be the cost price. Okay, and there is a overhead expenses of 5% of CP. So overheads, that is the extra costs after buying the article Almira, and the overheads, the original the actual cost price plus the overhead expenses makes the overall or total cost price. Now Almira is sold at 160% of cost price and overhead expenses is 5% of CP. Okay. Okay, so overheads is equal to 5% of CP. So 5% of rupees X, which is equal to 5 by 100 multiplied by rupees X. This is after simplification, rupees X by 20. So overall total total cost price. So when there is an overhead cost, then the effective cost price becomes the actual cost price plus the overheads. So total cost price is equal to CP plus overheads. Overheads. This is equal to X plus the overhead is rupees X is the cost price and the overheads is rupees X by 20. So this is the overall total cost price and this is equal to rupees 21 X by 20. So now we have the 21 X by 20 is the overall or total cost price and the selling price is 8X by 5, and hence the profit or loss has to be based on this selling price, which is this, and the total cost price, which is this. Okay. Now uh, now it is given that if the profit made is rupees 1650, so definitely the selling price must be greater. This implies the profit is equal to selling price minus the total cost price, effective cost price, the total cost price, which is the actual cost price of the article or the Almira plus the overheads. This is equal to the selling price was 8X by 5 and the total cost price is rupees 21X by 20. So if we subtract this, we have 32X minus 21X divided by 20. This is equal to rupees 11X by 20. This is the profit, and which is given to be in the problem. It is given that the profit made is rupees 1650. So we can say that rupees 11X by 20 is equal to rupees 1650. So this implies 11X by 20 is equal to 1650. This implies X is equal to 1650 multiplied by 20 divided by 11. Okay. Now the question is what is SP? Now SP will be 8X by 5. 8X by 5. Okay. So we will not evaluate the value of X. Let it be like this. This implies SP. The question has asked the value of SP. So SP is equal to 8X by 5, and we know the value of X. X is equal to 1650 multiplied by 20 divided by 11. So we have to find the value of this. This is equal to 11 will divide 165 with 150, and 5 will divide 20 with 4. Okay. So it will be rupees 150 multiplied by 32, which is equal to, let's find out what is 32 multiplied by 15. 10, 16, 2, 3, 0, 8, 4. So this is equal to rupees 4800. This is the selling price, and hence the correct choice is C. C is the correct choice. Okay, uh, let's do problem number 4. Lemons were bought at rupees 48 per dozen and sold at the rate of rupees 40 per 10. That is, the selling price of 12 lemons was rupees 48, and the cost price of 12 lemons was rupees 48, and the selling price of 10 lemons was rupees 40. We have to find the gain or loss percent. Now, we have to first find the cost price and the selling price of of a certain of equal number of lemons. Now, for this pattern of question, my choice is to find the cost price and selling price of one article. That is, cost price and selling price of one lemon. And based on the cost price and selling price of one lemon, we will find the gain or loss percent. Remember that gain or loss percent is never dependent on the actual number of articles purchased and sold. It is, but obviously the number of articles sold and purchased has to be same in order to find the gain or loss, and eventually the gain percent or loss percent. But to find the gain percent or loss percent, the actual number of articles is not important. You can consider any number of articles for CP and SP, but that number of articles has to be same for CP and SP. So for this problem, I will consider the CP and SP for one lemon. Okay, so it is given that CP of 12 lemons is equal to rupees 48. So this implies CP of one lemon is equal to rupees 48 by 12, which is equal to rupees 4. Similarly, it is given that selling price of 10 lemons is equal to rupees 40. This implies selling price of one lemon is equal to rupees 40 by 10, which is equal to rupees 4. Okay. Oh, so the cost price and the selling price is same. Now, if when the cost price and selling price is same, obviously there will be no profit or loss. We can say that this implies SP is equal to CP, which implies that gain is equal to SP minus CP, which is equal to SP minus CP is equal to 0. This implies loss is equal to now when SP is definitely we did not do we need not justify all these in very details. Whenever we see the SP is equal to CP, we can immediately say that no loss or gain, no loss or gain, and hence the correct choice is B. This was a pretty straightforward question. This was a very straightforward question. Okay, let's do question number 5. What price should a shopkeeper mark on an article that costs him rupees 600 to gain 20% after allowing a discount of 10%? Okay, a lot of things is going on. So it is asking what price should a shopkeeper mark on an article that cost him rupees 600. Okay, so let's start. Let's do a little bit of visual representation. So from cost price, uh, uh, the question is what price should a shopkeeper mark on an article? Okay, uh, that costs him rupees 600. So the cost price is rupees 600. So there is a mark price. There will be a mark price. Fine, and there will be a mark price. Okay, and from this mark price, there is a discount of 10%. There is a discount of 10%, and finally, after the discount, we are having the selling price. Selling price is always uh, computed based on if there is any discount or not, and the discount is always calculated on the mark price. So if there is 10% discount, that 10%, the discount amount will be 10% of the mark price, and selling price will be the mark price minus the discount. Okay. uh, See, we only know the value of the cost price, and we also know that there is a gain of 20%, which means that gain, overall gain percent is given to be 20%. We know the cost price, and if there is an overall gain of 20%, we can find the selling price. If there is gain percent, this implies that selling price has to be 20% more. The gain percent is always based on the cost price. So if there is a gain of 20%, which means the actual gain amount is 20% of the cost price. So the selling price will be 20% more than CP. This is the fundamental concept of profit. This is equal to 20% more means 100 plus 20% of CP we know is rupees 600. This is equal to 120% of rupees 600. This is equal to 120 divided by 100 multiplied by rupees 600. This is equal to rupees 100, cancel 600 with 6, 720. So the selling price is found to be rupees 720. Now we know the selling price and we know the percentage of discount, then we can easily find the mark price. Because we know that selling price can also be calculated based on the discount and the mark price, as selling price will always be 10%, that is the discount percent, less than the mark price. Less than the mark price. This is equal to 10% less means 100 minus 10% of the mark price. This is equal to 90% of mark price, which is equal to 90 by 100 multiplied by mark price. This is equal to 9 by 10 multiplied by mark price. So we can say that this selling price value and this value has to be same. So we can say 9 by 10 multiplied by mark price is equal to 720. So this implies mark price is equal to 720 multiplied by 10 divided by 9, which is equal to 80, which is equal to rupees 800. So the mark price has to be rupees 800, and hence the correct choice is C. The correct choice is C. Okay, let's do question number 6. A store is having a 25% discount sale. Okay, Sheila has a rupees 50 gift voucher and wants to use it to buy a board game marked for rupees 320. What is the amount payable for Sheila to get the board game? Sheila has a rupees 50 gift voucher, which means that whatever the amount pay, whatever the selling price will be of the board game, that selling price minus rupees 50 is what Sheila has to pay. That is the amount payable will be the final selling price of the board game minus 50, because Sheila is having a rupees 50 gift voucher. So the discount is given, the discount is 25%, okay, and we need to know the mark price. How do we, okay, so the mark price is also given, 320, okay, so it is quite, all the informations are given. So we have mark price, which is rupees 320. From the mark price, we know there is a discount of, the store is giving a discount of 25% on the board game, and hence we are having the final selling price. We can easily compute the selling price based on the discount percent and the mark price. And from the selling price, we have to subtract rupees 50, because Sheila is having a rupees 50 gift voucher. Okay. The amount payable in general would be SP, but since Sheila is having a 50 rupees gift voucher, eventually she will pay 50 rupees less than what is the actual amount payable, which is SP. So let's find first what is SP. So SP will be equal to 25% less than mark price. This is equal to 25% less, means 100 minus 25% of mark price is given to be rupees 320. This is equal to 75% of rupees 320. This is equal to 75 by 100 multiplied by rupees 320, which is equal to 0, 0, 5, 2, 5, 15, and 2, 16. So this is 16 into 15. What is 15 into 16? 90, 15, 0, 4, 2. So this is rupees 240. So the selling price after the discount based on the mark price is coming out to be rupees 240. Therefore, amount payable, since Sheila is having a gift voucher of rupees 50, the amount payable will be the selling price minus rupees 50. This is equal to rupees 190. Rupees 190 is the amount payable by Sheila, and hence the correct choice is B. B is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 7. Two successive discounts of 10% and X% is equivalent to a single discount of 14.5%. Then the value of X is. Okay. So it is given that if 14.5% is the single equivalent discount of two successive discounts, 10% and X%, then what is, we have to find the value of X. So we know that discounts are given on mark price. So let's say we are having a mark price. Let's say the mark price be rupees X, even though we will not require X. sorry, we cannot use x because x is already given in the problem. So let's say the mark price is rupees y. So first we have a 10% discount. Let's say this be P, the reduced price based on the 10% discount on MP. Let that reduced price be P, and on P again there is a another discount x% discount. Let's say the final selling price is not P. Let's say the final selling price is SP. Okay. Now, if there is a single discount of 14.5%, we should also, from the same mark price of rupees y, if a 14.5% discount is given, we will have the same selling price. So, based on this information, we have to find x. Okay. So, basically, how we can solve x. Now we can find SP using the two successive discounts, and that SP should be equal to the SP calculated from the single discount of 14.5%. We will equate the two SPs, and from there we can calculate, we can solve for x. So let's say for, so we can see that P will be equal to 10% less than y. I'm ignoring the rupees symbol. I'm ignoring the symbol of unit of the currency just for the sake of easiness of calculation. I hope you will understand that. So P will be 10% less than y. This is equal to 100 minus 10% of y, which is equal to 90% of y, which is equal to 90 by 100 multiplied by y, which is equal to 9y by 10. P is this. Now SP will be equal to, on P there is a discount of x%. So SP will be x% less than P. X% less means 100 minus x% of P is 9y by 10. Now 100 minus x percentage means 100 minus x divided by 100. This multiplied by 9y by 10. Okay. So this is the final SP based on the two successive discount of 10% and x%. Now let's calculate the SP based on the single discount of 14.5%. Also we can say SP will be equal to 14.5% less than y. Now 14.5 is equal to 145 by 10. Okay, so this is equal to 145 by 10 percentage less than y. This is equal to 100 minus 145 by 10, this much percentage of y. This is equal to, if we simplify 100 minus 145 by 10, it will be 1000 minus 145 by 10 uh, this much percentage of y. This is equal to 1000 minus 145 is 5, 5, 5, 855, 855 by 10% of y, which is equal to 855 by 10 divided by 100 multiplied by y. 14.5%. 14.5 is equal to 145 by 10. And so it will be, there is a single discount, so it must be 14.5% less than y, which is 145 by 10% less than y, which is 100 minus 145 by 10% of y, which is 1000 minus 145 by 10% of y, which is 855 by 10% of y, which is 855 by 10 divided by 100 multiplied by y. Okay, fine. This is this. So now we can equate the two values of SP. So we can say that 100 minus x divided by 100 multiplied by 9y by 10 is equal to 855 multiplied by y divided by 1000. This implies that if we do a little bit of simplification, the left hand side becomes 9y multiplied by 100 minus x divided by 1000 is equal to 855 y by 1000. We can cancel 1000 from both the sides, that is, we can cancel 1 by 1000 from both the sides, or in other words, we can multiply both the sides of the equation by 1000 and it will get cancelled out. We can also cancel y. So we get 9 multiplied by 100 minus x is equal to 855. This implies, simplifying the left hand side, we get 900 minus 9x is equal to 855. This implies 9x is equal to 900 minus 855, which is equal to 45. This implies x is equal to 45 by 9, which is equal to 5. So x is 5%. X is 5. X is not actually 5%, but x is actually 5. So the correct choice is D. D is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 8. Arnav bought a dining table for rupees 27,391, including 4% sales tax. Okay, the shopkeeper has made a profit of 7.5%. Okay, now remember that sales tax is applied on the selling price. So let's say we have, so let's understand the scenario. We have the selling price, whatever the selling price be. Okay, so Arnav is the customer. He has purchased a dining table for rupees 27,391, including 4% sales tax. That is, the selling price of the selling SP is the selling price of the dining table of the shopkeeper. Now, based on the selling price, Arnav has to pay 4% sales tax. Sales tax. So this amount, bill amount is the amount that Arnav paid or paid to purchase the dining table. This is given to be 27391. So rupees 27,391 is the value of the dining table in that after paying the 4% sales tax based on the selling price. Okay, from this we can find the selling price of the dining table uh, by the shopkeeper. Now, it is also given that the shopkeeper has made a profit of 7.5%. Now, okay, the shopkeeper has made a profit of 7.5%. So, if we consider uh, the bigger picture, is that if the shopkeeper has made a profit of 7.5%, if the shopkeeper spent rupees 500 for transportation, what is the actual cost of the table? That is, what is the actual cost of the table means what is the cost at which the shopkeeper purchased the dining table. So let that cost price be CP, and from CP the shopkeeper made a profit of 7.5%. There was a gain or profit from the cost price. Then we got the selling price. Now remember that the cost price will this now in this diagrammatic figure, CP is not the CP is the total cost price, uh, total cost price at which uh, the shopkeeper purchased the dining table. That includes the transportation cost, which is rupees 500. Because if there is a transportation cost is an overhead, and overheads are always added to the cost price to get the effective cost price of an article. So now the gain is given. We know the shopkeeper made a 7.5% gain. Now, okay, let's find step by step. Let's work out from the right hand side. If we know the bill amount, that is the customer purchased the dining table at rupees 27,391, which includes the sales tax. From this, we can easily find the selling price of the dining table, that is the price at which the shopkeeper sold the dining table. Let's find what is SP. Now we can say that rupees 2731 is equal to let's say okay, is equal to 4% more. Since this is a sales tax, 4% sales tax means the final bill amount will be 4% more than SP, so uh, we must have rupees 27,391 should be equal to 4% more than SP. This is equal to 100 plus 4% of SP. This is equal to 104% of SP. This is equal to 104 divided by 100 multiplied by SP. Okay, so this implies we can say that SP will be equal to 27391 multiplied by 100 divided by 104. I'm ignoring I'm not writing the currency symbol rupees. I hope you will understand that. So all the values of SP, CP, they will be in rupees. Now we have to simplify this. I hope 104 will divide 27391. Let's see, 2 208, we have 5, 6, and we have 9. So 9, so 6, 24, 2, 6, 5, 3, 1. 27391. Okay, let's divide 4. Divide 104 with 104 by 4, which is 26, and this is 25. SP is 27391. Sales tax is 4%. So Arnav bought a dining table for rupees 27391, including the sales tax. So we must have 27,391 must be equal to the selling price plus the sales tax, which is basically 4% more than selling price, which is 100 plus 4% of selling price, which is 104% of selling price, which is equal to 104 by 100 multiplied by selling price. Okay, I will not, let's not uh, do the calculation simplification right away. Let's not, let's leave the selling price like this. Okay, so we have the selling price is this. Now once the selling price is known, we know that there is a uh, gain of, the shopkeeper makes a gain of 7.5%. Now 7.5% means 15 by 2%. So we can also say that the selling price will be equal to, since the shopkeeper makes a gain of 15 by 2%, we can say that the selling price is equal to 15 by 2% more than CP, more than CP, and more than CP. And please note that this CP includes, this CP is equal to the actual cost of the table plus the transportation cost, more than CP. Okay, so this is equal to 100 plus 15 by 2% of CP. This is equal to 215 by 2% of CP, which is equal to 215 divided by 2 multiplied by 100 multiplied by CP. Okay, this is SP. SP is this, and also from the gain percent we can say SP is equal to this. Now we will equate. So this implies we must have 215 multiplied by CP divided by 2 into 100 must be equal to 27391 multiplied by 100 divided by 104. Okay, so this implies we can solve for CP. CP will be equal to 2731 27391 multiplied by 100 divided by 104 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 100 divided by 215. Okay, 2 cancels. 104 with 52. and 7 not dividing by 52. Uh, 13. 13. Will 13 divide 27391 2 26 1 13 1 9 0 1 7 2 1 so 13 divides 27391 with 2107. 13 divides 52 with 4. 301 301. 4 divides 100 with 25 and 9 45 22. 5 divides 543 and will 43 divide will 43, sorry for my clumsy calculation, will 43 divide 2107. 4, 12, 7, 8, 3, 7, 9. So 43 divides 2107 with 49. 49. So we are having this is equal to 49 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 100, which is equal to what is 49 multiplied by 5? 45, 245 and 0 0. This is the cost price. Now remember, this cost price includes the actual cost of the table. This is plus the transportation cost. This implies 2400 is equal to actual CP plus overhead, which is the transportation cost. This is equal to actual CP plus overhead is the transportation cost, which is 500. So this implies actual CP will be equal to 24500 minus 500, which is equal to 24000. So the actual cost of the dining table is 24,000, and hence the correct choice is D. D is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 9. Which of the following is true if marked price of an article is rupees X and was sold for rupees Y after allowing a discount rate of R%. Which of the following is true? So all the choices, a relation are given between X, Y, and R. Which of the following is true if mark price of an article? Okay, so let's from the there is a discount. So mark price is X. There is a discount of R%, and it was sold for rupees Y. That is the selling price is given to the selling price after the R% discount on the mark price is given to be Y. Okay, this is the scenario, and we have to find the relation between X, R, and Y. It's easy. We know that Y should be equal to R% less than X, because when there is a discount, R% discount, so the selling price, that is the final selling price, has to be the mark price minus the total discount. The total discount is the R% of the mark price. So this is equal to 100 minus R% of X. This is equal to 100 minus R divided by 100, this whole multiplied by X. So this implies we have, if we do cross multiplication, we have 100Y is equal to X into 100 minus R, which is equal to 100 X minus Rx. Okay. So this implies if I take the Y term on the right hand side and bring the Rx term to the left hand side, we get Rx is equal to 100 X minus 100 Y. This is equal to, taking 100 common, we get 100 multiplied by X minus Y. So we must have Rx is equal to 100 into X minus Y, and hence the correct choice is C. C is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 10. Let X% is the single equivalent discount of three successive discounts of 10%, 20%, and 5%. Let Y% is the single equivalent discount of the three successive discounts of 20%, 10%, and 5%. Then which one is correct? The relation between X and Y, we have to find which one is greater or which one is, or whether they are equal or not. Now to find X, we have to actually find the single equivalent discount of the three successive discounts of 10%, 20%, and 5%. Similarly, we have to calculate the Y. Now it is asking, finally it has asked whether X is equal to Y, X is less than Y, or X is greater than Y, or X is equal to 2Y. So let's see, we can easily find X and Y, but I am thinking whether it is necessary to actually find X and Y. Can we, if we find the final selling price, if we assume the mark price, and if we find the final selling price based on these three successive discounts, then the mark price remains the same. For the two scenarios, we are giving two scenarios. The first one is a three successive discount of 10%, followed by 20%, followed by 5%. The other scenario is three successive discount of 20%, followed by 10%, and followed by 5%. If for these two scenarios, if we find the SP based on the mark price remains the same, we will have two SPs. Can we decide can we compare X and Y based on those two SPs. Uh, let's try to find X and Y. That will be the easiest way. Okay, so what we are having, so let's say we are having mark price. For the first scenario, there is a 10% discount, and let's say the reduced price is P. From here there is another discount of 20%. Let's say the intermediate price, the reduced price after giving a 20% discount on P, B, Q, and finally there is a 5% discount. And let's say the final selling price is SP1. We are giving the name SP1 because we are considering the first situation, that is the three successive discount of 10%, 20%, and 5%. For the other scenario, we will consider the final selling price to be SP2. Okay. Now, the scenario is that let's say the mark price, since X and Y is already given in the problem, let's consider the mark price to be anything else. Let's say this be this be what this be Z. So X is the equivalent, single equivalent discount for the successive discount of 10%, 20%, and 5%. Okay, for this scenario, we have to find what is X. So, what is P? What is P? P is equal to, now for answering this kind of questions in competitive examinations, you have to be very fast in doing the calculations. So certain things you have to be very well aware of, or you must remember, or if you are solving a lot of times, these small things must be very obvious, like X% less than Y is equal to 100 minus X divided by 100 whole multiplied by Y. So I will now directly use the formula that I just wrote on the right hand side. So P is nothing but 10% less than the mark price, which is Z, which will be equal to 100 minus 10 divided by 100 multiplied by Z, which is equal to 90 by 100 Z, which is equal to 9Z by 10. Okay, from P there is again a discount of 20%. This 20% discount is based on P. So we can say Q is equal to 5% less than P, which is equal to 100 minus 5 divided by 100 multiplied by P, which is equal to 95 divided by 100 multiplied by P, which is 9Z by 10. 9Z by 10. Now this can be 95 by 100 can be simplified as if you divide by 5, 20, and 5, 19. 19 by 20. Okay. This is 19 by 20 multiplied by 9Z by 10. Okay. Now what is SP1? SP1 is again 5% less than Q, which is 100 minus 5 divided by 100 multiplied by Q. This is equal to 95 Q is 5% is than P, not 5%. Sorry, this is 20%. What I am doing? This is 20%. This is 20%. 20%. This is 80 by 100 multiplied by P is 9Z by 10. So this is 245. So this is 4 by 5 multiplied by 9Z by 10. Okay. And SP1 is 95 by 100 multiplied by Q, and Q is 4 by 5 multiplied by 9Z by 10. So this is the SP1. Now we can also compute SP1 based on the single discount of X%. Also we can say also SP1 we can say is equal to X% less than Z, which is equal to 100 minus X divided by 100 multiplied by Z. Now we can equate these two because these two are same. This implies that 95 okay, so 95 by 100 multiplied by 4 by 5 multiplied by 9 Z by 10 is equal to 100 minus X by 100 multiplied by Z. First of all, we can cancel out Z from both sides. We can cancel the 100 from both sides. Now, when I say Z is fine, you can always, when I say cancel Z from both sides, I mean that you can divide both the sides by Z. And when I am saying that we can cancel 100 from both the sides, that is 100 is in the denominator of both the sides, I mean to say that you can multiply both the equation by 100. So we have this. Okay. So now let's do, so okay, so let's, so this is 95 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 9 divided by 5 multiplied by 10 is equal to 100 minus X. If you simplify, okay, 50, 36. 5 divides 95 with 19. 2 divides 2 and 5. So this implies we are getting 36, no, 19 multiplied by 2. 19 multiplied by 2 is 38 multiplied by 9 by 5 is equal to 100 minus X. So this implies 38 multiplied by 9 is equal to 5 multiplied by 5 into 100 minus X, which is equal to 500 minus 5x. This implies 5x is equal to 500 minus 38 multiplied by 9, which is equal to 500 minus, how much is 38 multiplied by 9? 72, 27, 34, which is equal to 58. 58. (500 minus 5x). This implies 5x is equal to 500 minus, okay, 58, fine. Sorry, 158. 158. 72, 27, 34. 158. So this implies x is equal to 158 by 5. So we have found x to be 158 by 5, which you can convert it for the sake of comparison. We can convert it as a decimal. This is 31.6. 31.6. Okay. Similarly, we have to find y. From the same scenario, we have to find y. So this is a little lengthy computation. For the second scenario, uh, the the order of the successive discounts are a little different. 20% discount, 20% discount. Wait a minute. SP1, okay, 20% discount, and then we have P. On P, we have 10% discount, and we have Q, and then finally we have 5% discount to give the final selling price. We are naming it as SP2, and let's say the mark price is always the same. Let's say mark price is the Z. Now we have to find the equivalent single equivalent discount. Let that be. It is given that by percent. So this is the scenario. We have to find y. So we will compute y the same way as we did as we computed x. First, we have to find what is p. P is equal to 20% less than z, which is equal to 100 minus 20 divided by 100 multiplied by z, which is equal to 80 by 100 z, which is equal to 4z by 5. 4z by 5. Somehow I'm having a feeling that the discount, the final selling price will be same, since the actual values of the three discounts, rate of discounts is same. We are having 10, 20 and 5. I'm having a feeling that if you change the order of the successive discounts, the final total discount will not change. I don't know. I'm having that kind of feeling. Let's see. So P is equal to 4Z by 5. Now again we know that Q will be equal to 10% less than P. This is equal to 100 minus 10 divided by 100 multiplied by P. This is equal to 90 by 100, 90 by 100 multiplied by what is P? P is 4Z by 5. This is equal to 9 by 10 multiplied by 4Z by 5. Okay. So this is Q, and finally SP2 will be equal to 5% less than Q, which is equal to 100 minus 5 divided by 100 multiplied by Q, which is equal to 95 by 100 multiplied by Q. Q is 9 by 10 multiplied by 4Z by 5. Okay. So this is, if I simplify 95 by 100, this is 19 by 20. What was SP? SP was same. SP was same. Oh, So you can see SP1 and SP2 are same. What was SP1? SP1, this is equal to, if we simplify 95 by 100, this is 19 by 20. So this is SP is 19 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 4 multiplied by Z divided by 20 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 10. Whatever this is equal to SP2. We can clearly see that this is equal to, again, 19 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 4 multiplied by Z divided by 20 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 5. Yes, this is same. This is SP2 is coming equal to SP1. Now, if this is so, definitely we will have x will be equal to y, because in the previous calculation of x, if SP1 is if SP1 and SP2 is, if SP1 is equal to SP2, definitely the way we are calculating x and y, the we are finding the value of x based on z and SP1 and SP1. So obviously the value of y will also be calculated based on z and SP2. And if SP1 is equal to SP2, then definitely x will be equal to x will be equal to y. Now, since SP1 is equal to SP2, this implies x will be equal to y. Therefore, the correct choice is A. So whenever this is a small observation, if you are given, so when you have a successive discounts, if you change the order of these discounts, then the single equivalent discount remains the same. That is, the single equivalent discount of 10% and then 20% is the same as the single equivalent discount of 20% and 10%. Okay, so this brings to an end in solving 10 good problems on the chapter of profit and loss for the set 1. I will keep on preparing and solving another set of more sets of 10 good problems on this chapter. So please keep an eye on this playlist. So if this video was beneficial, please like it, share it with your friends, and also please support me by subscribing to my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. Also keep an eye on the other playlist, that is CBSE Maths 8 RS Agarwal, where I where I do the theoretical discussion of every chapter and solve the exercise problems given in the textbook of author RS Agarwal. So first you should watch those videos, have a good understanding of the concepts of the chapter, and then you should try to solve these sets of 10 good problems from this playlist, that is Maths 8 Hot. So that is all for this video. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, take care and bye.